Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And I know, it's been a very long time since I've recorded a video and I'm very aware of that. And I'm not even going to apologize. I just want to simply say that I've just been so incredibly busy and I've just been enjoying life, you guys, that YouTube kind of just took a back seat to life. So, you know, that's where I've been. I've just been going out of town a lot. I've been traveling. I've been doing a lot of concerts and like doing things with my husband and my friends and my family. So I really haven't had that much time to record and things like that. So I want to apologize about that, but I'm kind of sorry but not sorry kind of thing. And today's video is going to be my current favorites, and with that, I just wanted to share with you guys some products I've really been enjoying over the last couple months since I haven't recorded a video in quite some time. I'm going to share with you some products that I have been loving, I've been using non-stop, I've been taking with me traveling and things like that. So I'm going to jump into that and get you guys started. So the first of which I'm going to share with you is my obsession of the moment, and I think it's my most favoriteest thing that I have to share today, and it is the Pure Bronze and Brighten palette. This is a cheek palette. So I did get this in my BoxyCharm box, and I was super excited because when I originally saw this, when they announced it online, because they give you like little sneak peeks as to what's going to be in the month's box, I was like, oh my god, this looks so cool. And I was a little nervous about this shade right here, which is just like a really light highlight. I thought that the bronze shade was going to work a little better for me, and of course the pink blush is going to be pretty staple for me because I think pinks work for my skin tone. But you guys, this was more than I could have ever bargained for. It is amazing. I was so impressed with it, and I was super grateful to BoxyCharm for providing us with such great quality products. And I have said it here on my channel, I will say it again. If you are going to get a subscription service, I know it's $20, but it's well worth the $20 that you are going to spend because they give you such great products in there and they're quality. They're not like junk. I feel like I paid $10 for the Sephora Play box and I don't really get that great of items. They're tiny little sample size items, and it's kind of disappointing to me as opposed to the BoxyCharm where you get like 4 to 5 full size items and they're really great quality items, and for like the cost of one product you get like a whole array of things in your box. So I love this. BoxyCharm really took it to another level with this. So Pure has this bronzing shade, they have a highlighting shade, and they have the blush shade. All of them have a metallic hue to it, but let me just show you the pigmentation on these. It is unreal. You guys, can we just I'm obsessed. The highlighter in it I was a little afraid of, but it is like a really nice light champagne shade and it works so well for me. It looks so good, and when I tell you like a little bit goes a long way, it's so true. It's ultra pigmented. It really is one of those highlights that give you really great color payoff, and you don't have to add Fix Plus or anything to get that like boom in your face highlight. It's definitely one of those boom in your face highlights, so keep that in mind. I'm somebody who loves a highlight to be on and poppin', so it really works for me. The bronze shade is great as well. I like that if I want a more subtle highlight. And of course the blush is just a really nice luminous pink. It is also really beautiful. So I was really impressed with this. I've been using this non-stop. I've been taking this everywhere with me. I just know that it's going to give me that wow factor on my cheeks, especially for like my inner tear ducts and for my highlight on my like brow bone. I think it really does a lot, and it really just adds a little oomph to the look, especially if it's like a really basic look. I feel like it will take it to the next level, like something subtle but really nice. And I mean, look at this pigmentation. You can't beat that, you guys. It's so good. I know that it was exclusive to the BoxyCharm box, but I know that Pure did recently launch this on their website, so it is available for everyone to purchase, and I strongly suggest it because I love it so much, you guys, and I think you will too. Moving on from that, I'm going to share with you an eyeshadow palette. So I will be honest and say that like I haven't been too big into eyeshadows as of lately. Like I've just been rotating all of my collection around, and I feel like I don't know, like I love eyeshadows, but I haven't been like wanting to purchase an eyeshadow palette as of lately. I've just been kind of doing my motions with my own collection, and I just feel like now every eyeshadow palette that comes out is kind of boring and doesn't appeal to me. But the one that I have recycled into my current little like makeup vanity is this one by Huda Beauty, and this is the Desert Dusk palette. Now I think this launched about 6 months ago, or I don't know, maybe like around December, like 6 to 4 months ago, in that range. And I love this palette because it is just every color that I will use, and it's something that is very user friendly for me. I'm a big fan of oranges, especially in my transition. I love a nice burnt orange. I also love this like red orange right here, and it's got a really beautiful like red brown. I love a red brown. I think I incorporate a red brown into almost every look that I do on a day-to-day. It's just a color that really works for me, and it goes with my skin tone as well. And I think they have awesome transition shades like this Eden color and this blazing shade, and I am really a big fan of purple eyeshadow. So it's got a nice like array of colors that all appeal to me, and they're colors that I use on the regular. So it was really nice to have it all in one palette. So I think it's nice because they have your transition shades, they have your deeper shades, they have your smoky shades and your lighter shades, and then it incorporates a nice glitter, which is really cool too. I haven't really seen a palette that incorporates a solid glitter in the pan. So I thought that was really nice, and I've been enjoying this palette a lot. It just is so good for me, and it's great for on the go because it has literally everything I need in one palette. I feel like that's really important. I like a one-stop shop when it comes to a palette, and I feel like I have hair in my lip gloss. So yeah, it's really important for me to have a palette, especially when I'm on the go. I've been on the go a lot lately. Almost every month I'm taking a trip. So I like to have a palette that's going to work well for me, and this has been really great. I'm not even going to lie, I absolutely love the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette. That is currently my favorite palette at the moment. It's been my favorite palette since I've got it, and between these two, I've just been really enjoying them. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you some foundations. Now I have so many foundations, and that is one thing I do really like to purchase, especially like when they launch new ones. I feel like it's exciting for me because I have so many eyeshadows and I have so many blushes. Highlights, I can always use an extra, so I'm not even gonna try like act like highlights aren't life. So I can do without a lot of makeup, and when I see that there's launches for a lot of products, I'm not really too gung-ho about going out and buying it. But when it comes to foundations and highlights, I'm a little bit on the curious side, I'm not gonna lie. So I have two foundations that I've really been enjoying. I've been using them a lot, whether it's for work or just day to day or out. And the first of which that I've been loving, and this one I'm going to thank my subscriber. Her name is Dominique. Thank you so much, Dominique, for recommending this. I'm not even gonna lie, she recommended this to me forever, and I kind of was sleeping on it. I was like, I don't need it, I don't need it, and I finally just bought it. I got it because I think I had a gift card, I had exchange, and I was like, let me get this. Like, this girl's been telling me about this forever, and I got it, and the first time I wore it, I was super impressed. So this is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I am in the color Tahoe, which is like across the board my shade when it comes to NARS. And I'm gonna be honest and say that I was a little skeptical about this foundation because here on YouTube, there's just so many people who are PR products, and when everybody does like a video on a product, it makes me a little nervous, you know, because they're sponsored or they're paid or they're supplemented somehow for, you know, recommending the product. So it makes me a little weary, and I'm a little bit on edge about trying it and spending my money on it because I don't know if it's really as good as they're saying it is. And I don't know, I was a little skeptical, but I will admit that this is a really great product. I love it so much. I can tell you that this is one of the lightest foundations I've ever placed on my face. It gives you really great coverage. I'm talking almost medium to full, more on the full side coverage, but it's light on the skin. It doesn't feel like you have product on. I know that when you have a more full coverage foundation, it's very easy for it to feel very heavy and very cakey on the face, but this goes on so easily, and it's so lightweight and it's so thin that I just feel like it makes wearing foundation very comfortable, especially one that's going to give you really great coverage. So those who have problematic skin, I definitely suggest this because it's going to cover everything. And if it doesn't do it with one layer, it's definitely going to do it with like a little touch of a second layer. So I definitely think this is a great product. I do have combination to oily skin. I'm a little bit more on the oily side these days. I don't know if it's because it's finally getting a little bit warmer in Florida, but I like the way it wears and it always looks really fresh. So I love this. It's definitely lasted throughout my 13-hour shift, which is really like 12, but it's really 13. It's looked great from like application all the way to me being home and taking it off before bed. So I definitely suggest this. Again, thank you, Dominique. I have already thanked her like a couple times, but I'm sorry I slept on it. I will not do that again because you really pulled through, girl. Like, this is a great product. So loving this so much. So another foundation I am gonna suggest, and I've been loving as well, it's kind of been like a mix-up between the two. I will say that I did get the NARS like almost a month ago, and I've had this one a little bit longer and I've been using it a little bit more. But I'm going to say that this Too Faced Sweet Peach, Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation has been a love of mine for quite some time, you guys. I've been using this a lot. And I am in the color Honey. And I will say that the one downfall to this foundation is that the line doesn't have a really great selection of colors. I think that, I don't know, like there needs to be a little bit of colors in between some of the colors they already have to like better suit different skin tones and different undertones and things like this, because I love this foundation, but I will say that it does have a little bit of a gray cast to it. It doesn't look like I'm like dead when I apply it to the skin, but I do notice myself personally that it is a little gray on my skin. I have a little bit more of a yellow undertone, so I make it work. I'm not gonna lie, I still love it, but I wish that they had like something with a little more yellow undertone. So that's the one thing I say that is a drawback to this line of foundations. But you guys, this foundation is awesome. I love the way it looks. It really never lets me down when I apply it. And like the NARS, it just looks great from application all the way to me taking it off. It lasts, it looks fresh, it doesn't make me look oily or anything like that. I know it says it's comfort matte. I don't know if it keeps me extra matte, but it does keep me fairly matte, and it does make my foundation, my foundation does look good throughout the day, and I don't have to like pat or anything like that. So I am enjoying this. It's really great, it's really comfortable, and I love the coverage. It's got such a nice coverage to it without being heavy like the NARS. So this is really great, and it's got like a nice little pump top and stuff like that. It's a pretty like easy travel friendly tubing, this guy, and I love it so much. Like, I think it's been a great part of my collection. Okay, now moving on from foundations, I'm going to share with you some powders I've been loving, you guys. So the first of which, I'm not sure if I've spoke about this, but I've definitely been enjoying it, and it is the MAC times Jeffree Star. Oh, it's the MAC times PatrickStar, sorry about that, setting powder. This is the Patrick powder. And you guys, I will say that I was weary about this. I was not thinking that it was going to work for my skin tone, because if you look at it, I took out the sifter because I'm not a huge fan of sifters. This is an extremely light powder, and it's kind of got like a peachy tone to it, and I didn't think it was going to work for my complexion. But you guys, I have to say that this has been my favorite setting powder that I've used in a while. I love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. That was my jam for forever, but this has been really great, and I've had it for not that long, and it's already almost halfway done, like if not a little less than halfway. It comes with a good amount of product too, but it's like right up to here in the packaging, as you can see. So I've used a really good amount of this powder. So I will say that as of lately, I have realized that my eye, it's more specifically this one, has been tearing in the inner tear ducts, and my liner has been kind of running, and I realized that it hasn't started until I pretty much started using this powder, and I was like, no, it can't be. So I tried to use my Giorgio Armani powder, and I haven't had that running problem with that powder. So I don't know if it's this powder or something else I was using on my skin, but my eye was tearing, and it currently hasn't been doing that for the last couple days since I tried to use a different powder, but I'm gonna keep trying it out. But that's like the only drawback to it so far. But other than that, obsessing over it. It is so good, you guys. If you can get your hands on it, I think they relaunched it. Definitely do it because it is a great product to have. Now the second powder I'm going to share with you is one from NARS. Now this is a tried and true for me. I've had this for a very long time. I've gone through this. I think this is probably my second one, but this is the NARS Translucent Crystal Powder. And I have the one that is in the compact form. I know they do have it in a loose form, but I love the compact. It's got such a different texture to it. When you touch the product, it doesn't feel like any powder I've ever felt before. It's very light, it's very airy feeling, and it almost gives you like this really nice satin finish to the skin. So I love this. It sets my makeup so nicely, and I love setting my face with the Patrick powder or just any kind of loose powder that I'm using, or any setting. I usually use the MAC Mineral Skin Finish as well. But I will say that when I use this NARS one, I think that it makes my skin and my foundation look that much more seamless. Like every time I wear this powder on top of my foundation, I just feel like my canvas looks so even, it looks so smooth, it almost looks like a filter. And I even got stopped today, and I wore it today, and I haven't worn it in like a couple days, and someone saw me and they're like, what foundation are you wearing? And I think it really was a combination of the two, the foundation as well as this setting powder, because it just makes your skin look so nice and smooth and even. So I definitely suggest this because literally almost every time that I use this, someone does make a comment about my skin, and my skin's not fabulous, I'm not even gonna lie, but this powder is. So definitely give this a try if you've been looking for a nice light powder on the skin. This is definitely it, and you can tell I love it because this baby has hit pan, and this is my second one. So definitely a great product. The next product I'm going to share with you, these are going to be concealers. And I feel like with me and concealers, I'm very specific with the type of concealer that I like to use. And I've been using the Tarte Shape Tape so much that I've kind of given the other concealers in my collection the like side eye, and I'm like, don't want to use you. But I was like, let me use my other concealers. And the two concealers that I've been really loving, one is very new to me, and the other one is like a tried and true as well. And I'm gonna go with the tried and true because it's an oldie but a goodie. It is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. And I know that this was hyped about. Before the Shape Tape, it was like everybody's favorite. And I did forget about it. I didn't use it for quite some time. And I don't know why I even stopped, because I think that I might like this a little bit more than the Shape Tape because it's a little bit lighter on the under eye area. It's not as thick. So I feel like it's less likely to crease with me. I don't have as many problems creasing. Not that the Shape Tape is super creasy on me. I absolutely love it. It's a great product. But this one creases like very minimal. So I really enjoyed this. I forgot how much I love it. The coverage is great. It literally covers everything, like all of your sins, all of your dark circles, like everything you could possibly need to cover. It's got you covered. So I'm in the color, I don't even know because the little sticker fell off. I think I'm in medium or medium tan. I think I'd go between the two. And so I really have been enjoying this concealer. It's been something I've definitely revived and started using a lot more. I've been really enjoying it, which is why I'm suggesting it to you, because like many people, I was just so stuck on the Shape Tape that I kind of forgot how awesome this one was. So definitely loving it. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you a new love of mine, and this concealer is really great and also very affordable, most importantly. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealing Contour Concealers. So I got the color C10 and C11, and this was supposed to be a nice dupe for the Shape Tape, and I will say that it is really, really nice. I love it down to the wand. They're very similar in size. Like the Shape Tape has this really big doe foot applicator, and I feel like they do too. And this concealer, you guys, for the price point, I think it's like $6 or so, like $6 or $7. You cannot beat it. It is such great coverage, and it feels a little bit lighter under the eyes than the Tarte Shape Tape. I will go ahead and say that I do like this one a little bit more than the Shape Tape. I'm shocked, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but it is just that good. It's a great product and it's an affordable product. So super impressed with this. It comes with a good amount of product in here as well, 0.11 fluid ounces. And I just think that the coverage is unbeatable and the creasing is very minimal with this as well. So if you can't afford the Urban Decay one because it's a little bit on the pricier side, I think it's like $23 or $22, definitely look into this one because it's a great alternative, especially for the Shape Tape. It's really great and it's not as heavy as a Shape Tape. I think that one is a little bit thicker. So this one is a really nice dupe for it and it looks so good underneath the eyes. I personally haven't had any problems creasing or anything like that with it. It's impressed me and it's super cheap, so really nice. Now moving on from that, I'm going to share with you a bronzer that has been rocking my life, and it is the MAC Sun Power bronzer. Now I will tell you that I've had this bronzer forever and I never really was a huge fan of it because in the pan you can just see it's a little bit orange, and I don't really love an orange concealer because I'm already brown, and orange with brown just makes me look like Oompa Loompa-ish, and that's not really my style. But I have been using it a lot lately. It really has been complementing my skin and it doesn't look overly orange. Like, I don't know why I just was so traumatized by it, but it is a really nice powder. And it's a neutral powder. You can see it gives you a nice light hint of color to the skin without being overbearing. And it does have a little bit of a orange hue, but it's more like a terracotta, I want to say, than an orange, which I do enjoy in some of my bronzers, as long as it's not too overpowering. So this has been really great. I've been using it a lot. I was shocked as to how much I liked it because I've always stayed away from it, but I'm like, let me use it. It's been staring me in the face forever. Like, let me go ahead and use it, because literally you can tell I have barely touched this product. I've just started to use it, which is, you can see some of the usage a little bit, not even that much, but I just started using it and I've had this for a couple of years now. So this has been really great. If you are someone who is a little bit more tan to darker in complexion, I definitely feel like this will complement your skin nicely, especially with a tan. I think it will look beautiful. So yeah, loving this guy. On to the next product. This is a high-end mascara and I've been obsessed with this. It's been my ride or die since like November, I want to say. And how I got started with this is that it came as a sample in my Sephora or Ulta, like something with one of those stores. I got it as a sample size and I threw it in my makeup bag in my car, the one that I use to like go to work with. And I was impressed. I was like, girl, like, my lashes were on fleek, like, for the world to see. So this is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara, and this, you guys, is so good. I actually just bought one for myself in December, and then I saw that they were on the weekly wows for Sephora last week. I bought 2 more. I was not playing any games with these people because they were $10 and they're usually $20, which is pretty expensive. $10 is drugstore, I can do $10, but $20, it's like, it kills me to spend $20 on the mascara. But this, you guys, is so good. So this comes with that brush type wand. I'm a huge fan of these brush wands when it comes to mascara. I feel like they work best for me and they coat my lashes really well. And if you watch my channel, I say this on almost every video that I mention some sort of mascara favorite. I don't like false lashes. They don't work well for me. So I like a mascara that's going to give me volume to my lashes and make them look very full and coat them very nicely. And I feel like this definitely does that. And I bought this for my friend for like Christmas and she loves it too. She was like, oh my god, this mascara is great. It makes my lashes so full and so voluminous. So this dog can't make up his mind. So I definitely enjoy it. I think it's great if you're someone who doesn't mind splurging on mascara. I definitely think that you should get this because it is so good. Like, I really am impressed with it. And I know that, you know, it's mascara and you don't really have to, but I really enjoyed this. This is definitely something that I would repurchase again for full price because I do like it that much. Now, I have 2 more products for you guys. And the first is the Studded Kiss, I think it's called. This is the Studded Kiss lipstick, yes. This is from Kat Von D. And this lipstick is so good, you guys. Okay, so I know that she reformulated her line and relaunched it, and a lot of people were PR'd it, but I never really heard too many people talking about it. And I remember I was in TJ Maxx and it was around Christmas time, and I just was killing time in between going towards another store. I was actually waiting for my friend to send me a coupon code for Bed Bath & Beyond. So I was like looking around TJ Maxx and I saw a whole bunch of the Kat Von D studded lipsticks. So I decided just to get a few, and I got one for my sister-in-law, and I saw Lolita and I was like, yes, I love the Lolita liquid lipstick. So I got it and I was so impressed. So this is what it looks like swatched. It's like that really beautiful nude pink tone, like a really nice blushed pink, but with a very wearable nudie hint to it. So I love this because it's just one of the most perfect colors for me. It matches with so many different looks. This has been probably my purse for the last 3 to 4 months. And yeah, like 3 to 4 months. And it matches literally almost everything. Like at first I was in love with the by Beauty pepper lipstick. Like that was my jam. But I will say that this has a way better stay power and it lasts on my lips so much longer. Like I could definitely eat and I'll still have a lot more left on it, and I don't have to reapply as much. Whereas the by Beauty one, I was constantly having to reapply, and I love the color, but the application just, it didn't stay and it didn't work that well. So I got this and I loved it so much. I actually have a backup of it as well because I bought 3 by accident when I really meant to buy 2. And the formulation is so comfortable. It is one of the most comfortable lipsticks that I've worn. It's got really great hydration and doesn't feel overly sticky. It gives you nice coverage and it lasts. So I thought that she did a really great job on the formulation. I don't even know why she actually reformulated, but I'm not mad at it because I was able to get this baby for like $4. So it was a great steal. So really happy with it. I'm excited to try one of her newer products because I'm sure if this formula was good and I was happy with it, those new ones are probably that much better. So definitely really happy about this purchase and think that it's something that could work for a lipstick lover and someone who is like into these types of tones. So my last favorite is not makeup, but it's more beauty hair related, and it is this guy right here. It looks like a contraption right now because it's just all cords. So it is this right here. And this is a Revlon, I think it's called an all-in-one voluminous styler. I will link it down below for you guys to see if you guys are interested. So you guys, this has been such a great product. And I'm going to go ahead and thank my mom. Thank you, Cass, because she is the one who recommended this to me. Now, my mom's had this for months, like months and months and months, and she told me about it a long time ago. She's like, Sam, I bought this blow dryer and it's a brush and it's so good. I love it. It does my hair so quickly. I don't even have to flat iron my hair. And I was like, because you know me, I'm so bougie with my, what is it called? My Dyson blow dryer girl, that I was like, I don't want to hear about your Revlon hair dryer, to be perfectly honest. That was like my honest thoughts. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I have my Dyson blow dryer and it works so well for me. I love it so much. It's such a great product that I was like, I don't care. When she was telling me about it, like in one ear, out the other. So the other day I was at my parents' house and I was in between appointments and I wanted to stop by and say hi to them, and my hair was wet, and I was like, let me just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let me visit my parents and let me just blow dry my hair real quick in the bathroom. So I went in my bathroom, in my mom's bathroom, and she had this in there. And I looked at it, I'm like, this looks so gimmicky. Like it just looks so atrocious. It's so big. And I was like, whatever. So I brought it with me. I was like, let me just try it. She's been telling me about it. And now that I'm here and my hair's wet, like let me just use it. So I went and I used it. Joke's on me, you guys. This thing is bomb.com. So I was impressed. I am still impressed up to this day, and that's why I'm sharing with you guys, because it is not like the cheapest thing ever. It is still kind of expensive. This was like 50 bucks or 60 bucks, but it's such a stellar product. So I know I've suggested the Dyson, and that is just like beyond luxury. That is just a crazy impulse buy for any of you who's crazy to go purchase it. So this is definitely a better alternative that is way more affordable, and it's a lot more convenient, I will say. So this brush is a blow dryer and a brush all in one. And the thing I love about it is that I was not expecting it to be so great, because it just looks clunky, and like I feel like those brush blow dryers are kind of like on the whack side. Like back in the day, I remember they came out and I was like, this is so stupid when I used it. But this one is really good. It gets so hot and it just does my hair. It literally does my hair so quickly, like instantaneously. I feel like it's dry. I don't do my hair typically when it's soaking wet. I like it for it to be a little bit more damp, so I'm not using as much heat in my hair. And I also do keratin to my hair, so that is a big factor. It helps reduce my blow dry time. It hasn't really altered my hair so much as it's helped with frizz and the ease of blow drying it. And this, you guys, makes blow drying my hair so quick. So usually I blow dry my hair with a round brush. This makes it so easy because you literally have everything and you're able to do this. And the way that the brush is, as you can see, like kind of weird now because my hair is like dry. The way the brush is, it's kind of like a paddle brush, but kind of like a round brush all in one. When you're doing it, you're able to like style your hair like this, and it's blow drying it as you go, and it will give you a really nice volume to your hair. It gives you like, I don't know how to explain it, but it makes it so it's not pinned straight. So for me, I was really enjoying it. I was impressed with it. It dried my hair very quickly. It gave it volume. I didn't even, like today you can see my hair is pretty straight. Even my roots are really good. They're not curly at their base or anything, which is where I usually have more texture. And I used this and I didn't even go back in with a flat iron to correct anything. Like this literally did my hair, and it gave my hair a little body. Like my hair is pretty thin and very flat, but it gave it a little volume to it. And I love that the brush enables you to have a little bit more form and makes you have that ability to, you know, style your hair as you blow dry. And it's really easy because it's just like this. It's not like you're having multiple things and both your hands are busy. You're literally like just like this. Like it's so foolproof. So anyone who is just like not really great with hair and they want somewhere to get started, this is definitely a great alternative to, you know, using a normal barrel brush and, you know, taking your time and blow drying it. It's definitely a technique, and it took me forever to get it down, but this was literally foolproof and it looks so good, and you don't even have to apply as much heat in your hair. Like I definitely think this gives me such a good blow dry, and it literally leaves my hair super straight. So I was really happy with this, and I was really excited to share this with you guys because I just couldn't believe how amazing it was, especially for the price point. I think that was like the thing that really drew me to it, because Revlon definitely stepped up their game. I didn't know they were capable of making like such a high-end product for such an affordable price. So definitely suggest this, especially for those of you who are looking for something that's not going to put too much heat in your hair. It's still hot, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have to apply as much heat to my hair because I am only using this and not using the flat iron behind it. So I don't know, it's up to you guys. I definitely enjoy it, and I think it's really easy and user-friendly. So if you have somebody who's like really getting started into hair and needs something to help, you know, guide them, that's a great thing. Or maybe someone who's a little bit older, you know, I think it's great for someone who's older and wants to blow dry their hair but doesn't want to have all the extra stuff. So I think it's just very easy, convenient, great for travel as well. It's a little bulky, but it's nicer than carrying like a bunch of products with you. So now I'm going to share with you one product that I can live without. So as I've told you before, I am constantly rotating things in and out of my vanity because my collection is just so big. I try to, you know, try things that I haven't used in a while and see why I purchased them and why I kept them and why I love them. And I honestly will say that the product I'm going to share with you is a big fail. Like for me, it's just not cutting it. And it is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. And this has collagen and vitamin C and K, and I'm in the color tan. And I will say that I'm very particular with concealers, which I did mention earlier in this video, but this is just not my kind of concealer. This has such a thick formulation. It's in a squeeze tube, which probably should have been an indicator to me that it wasn't going to work, because usually the concealers I like are a little bit thinner and they can be applied with a doe foot wand, just something like that kind of texture. But this is like a really thick concealer. You can see when I place it on, it doesn't move, and when I apply it, it's just too thick underneath my eyes. It settles into all of my fine lines, and though it does have decent coverage, you can see there, I feel like once I apply powder on top, I feel like it breaks up, and I don't really care for that. The reason I do not use it under my eyes is mainly for the creasing. It just doesn't do well. It literally creases into everything, no matter what technique I use, what powder I use to set it with. It just creased, and it's like not just like, oh, a little creasing. It's like creasy, like visible creases. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. What I've been using it for now, since I have it and I'm trying to just use it because I did pay for it, and I know this product's not cheap. It's like probably $20-something or so. I've been using it for underneath my brow bones to kind of like highlight that area and set. So that's what I've been using it for, which is kind of like a waste to have a concealer. But I'm just not a huge fan. Like underneath my eyes, it cakes up, and I feel like the product doesn't stay well, and it kind of like lifts off. Like once I go to set it with the powder, it's like kind of gone away. Like I don't like it at all. Like when I apply it underneath my eyes, I'm like, why did I just do that? Because I feel like it literally ruins my whole makeup look, because it just doesn't look good at all underneath my eyes. It's terrible. So if I had to suggest anything, it's not going to be that, because it's just not good for people like me who have creasy under eye areas. It doesn't work well. It's kind of too thick of a texture. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I've been so MIA. I will try to be more consistent, but do not hold me to it, because I do have several trips planned and I'm going to be doing a lot. But I want to go ahead and get this up here for you guys, and today's Easter. So I hope you did have a great time with your friends and your family, or whoever you spent this holiday with. So I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.